Hey everybody, ThrewRedButter here, back again with another beer review, back again with another pumpkin beer. 'Tis the season. Coming at you with a beer I'm reviewing for the first time, I should say brewery I'm reviewing for the first time on the channel, and the beer itself, obviously. It is a pumpkin ale coming in 6.5% alcohol by volume, spiced pumpkin brown ale with natural flavors, and it's got a story on the back, which I will read after I say its name. It is the Aeronaut Brewing Patchwork Pumpkin Ale. Got a good shot at the can art on this one. Very cool can art, I gotta say. Aeronaut Brewing out of Lynn, Massachusetts. Let's see. Oh, they actually have the name of the person who did the can art. Illustrated by Ali Daigle, or Daigle. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Maybe I'll put it in the description if I find it and I remember to do so. Alright, so Patchwork. Welcome back. The crisp autumn with this glorious Patchwork. Our spiced brown ale boasts complex layers of caramel, cinnamon, toffee, and sugar, highlighted by our favorite fall gourd. A complementary hop bitterness offers balance, but here, the pumpkin reigns. Ooh. All right. Pumpkin beer. Do. All right, so yeah, very cool artwork on this one. I like it. So the appearance on the Patchwork by Aeronaut Brewing. All right, hold it up here. It's got a excuse me. Very nice looking ruby red color, amber in color, very dark orange, blood orange in color. Completely murky, hazy, dark body. Can't see anything through it. Got about a finger of slightly off-white, kind of almost going into the yellowness. Yeah, yellowness. What? Almost kind of going into the yellowish beginning of the spectrum there. Very nice looking beer right there. Let's get an aroma on Patchwork. Oh, whoa! What is that? That is very sweet. That is unique. Okay, hold on. Maple syrup and caramel and toffee. Wow, they were not kidding on that. I've had other beers, pumpkin beers I've reviewed on this that have like, oh, we have caramel and toffee notes in this one. No, this one is huge. It's like state fair candy. When you watch them make the candy right in front of you, kind of like that caramel and toffee and fudge. Wow. That's insane. Subtle hits of pumpkin itself, a little bit of cinnamon, not too much though. Gotta say, like, the amount of toffee and caramel I'm getting in this is almost like a huge, 11%, like wheat wine or something. That is wild. That is wild. Like a candy apple or something, a caramel apple on this. That is a very different aroma that I'm used to on pumpkin ales. Yeah, let's see what happens on the taste. Let's get a taste on the Patchwork by Aeronaut Brewing. Cheers. The caramel and toffee are still there. They were much bigger on the nose. It's a little more subtle on the taste. The taste is actually more brown ale, the brown ale base. I'm getting a lot of maltiness. Big maltiness on this one, and it's got that nutty flavor. Almost like if you took a Samuel Smith's Nut Brown Ale and added caramel to it. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Very subtle cinnamon as well. Does have a sweet aftertaste to it. Again, more of that toffee and caramel. I'm kind of just perplexed at how big the toffee and caramel are on this one. Especially on the nose. Again, a little more subdued on the taste, but it is still very present here on the taste. Yeah, super malty. Yeah, almost has kind of like a malty, like a red ale. Not really a brown ale, but still the brown ale, base brown ale is singing loud and proud. Body is medium. Feels like a 6.5% beer. Does have lingering sweetness from all those confectionery flavors. No alcohol at all. Despite the sweetness, it is relatively still very drinkable, I would say. It's a very different pumpkin beer, especially that the pumpkin flavors itself and the pumpkin spices, not too huge. It's an acquired taste. Excuse me. For sure, because even the aftertaste is all that is just like burnt sugar and caramel on this one. It's really almost suited to be a dessert beer more than anything else. So, as for your final score, final verdict, final rating on the Aeronaut Brewing Patchwork Pumpkin Ale, 6.5%, 6.5 on the dot. Alcohol by volume, a unique take on the pumpkin ale. Very different from what I've had recently. And you know what? I'm into it. Not my favorite flavor combination I'm expecting from a pumpkin beer, but very glad I found something that breaks up the monotony of all these pumpkin ales I've been having, which a lot of them tend to just blend together. Some are forgettable. This one I'm going to remember because it's so different and unique. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to score huge on it just because of that. Again, pumpkin ale, I want more pumpkin and pumpkin spice, but still. What is here? This is a different and fun beer to drink, so I'm not sure how many more I could. I think I could only have this one in one session, in one setting. Over the course of a night, I'm gonna want something else besides this. I couldn't drink more than one, but for what it is, it's definitely worth checking out. 100%. I'll give that kind of endorsement for it. But as for a score, I'm gonna go. Yeah, very unique. Yeah, I'll go 7.5, 7.5 out of 10. Very unique beer. Like, if I do a best of beers for the year, this isn't going to make the list, but it's going to get an honorable mention just for being so different from anything else I've had. So in itself, that's an accomplishment. Again, definitely worth checking out. 7.5 out of 10. Aeronaut Brewing Patchwork Pumpkin Ale. And once again, we'll get a shot of that awesome can art. Very cool. That's going to do it for me through Red Butter. Till next time. Cheers, everybody.